panel, which is a special feature on Mind Body Startup, integrating diet and lifestyle into your business strategy. This session will be a conversation between Dr. Saurabh Srivastava, who is the Padma Shri and Chairman Emeritus of Delhi-NCR, and Mr. Lalit Kapoor. May I now invite Dr. Srivastava up on stage, as well as Mr. Kapoor. Big round of applause, please.
Well, good evening, everyone. You know, we gave a lot of thought to the title for this session, because all of you have a business plan for your business. But no matter how good that business plan is, to execute it, you need to be in good health. And that's why we gave it this title. And I know that for most of you here, this is not a priority right now. It wasn't when I was the age of 99% of you here. But very recently I got introduced to this subject through a friend who's here, Lalit Kapoor, and I'll introduce him in a second. And the linkage between nutrition and diet and health was something that completely blew me away. And I thought it'd be a great idea to get him to come and talk to everybody here. So just a quick word about Lalit. He's 3 years junior to me from IIT Kapoor. Went to the US like many of us did, stayed on, founded an IT company, did an exit, and then he thought he would enjoy life. The challenge was that by then he had developed a whole lot of lifestyle diseases. Hypertension, diabetes, gout, arthritis, hypothyroidism, you talk it, obesity, he had them all. And then one day he happened to watch a video by a very renowned doctor in the US, and it changed his life. He did some research, looked at what some leading doctors in the US were saying, looked at some Nobel laureates who had got Nobel Prizes for something related to just this. He became a convert, and today he has got rid of all of those 6 issues that he had, every single one. So he has now like 100,000 followers that that really follow him, and they actively follow what he is recommending. There's hundreds of successes, and these followers are in 45 countries. So the way we'll do it, Lalit will make a presentation with some slides. We finish that, we'll go into Q&A. And the thing that I want to tell you is that he thinks that there are some excellent opportunities for startups in this space. Lalit, all yours.
Hello everybody, good evening. About 10 years ago, I watched a documentary which was called Forks Over Knives. And it resonated with us. It talks about that you don't have to use a knife to cut your rib cage if you only use your fork properly and eat your food properly. And I and my wife decided to make some changes, and within a year I was off 6 medications, lost 27 kilos of weight, and reinvented myself. And then my one doctor, the diabetes doctor, will not let me get off one medication. So it became my passion to read and learn and attend various medical conferences to learn about it. Finally, I did get off that medication. I spent 5 years researching the subject, understanding. And there are many doctors today who have come to realize that medical science has gone in the wrong direction. The pendulum has gone in the wrong direction. We are focusing on lowering symptoms and not addressing the causes. So I have a presentation that I'll follow. Can you put my slide here? Okay, yeah, do I have it? Yeah, there it is. Okay. All right, so here you're looking at two people who come back from vacation and they find that their kitchen is flooded. The kitchen floor is flooded. So their response is to quickly go to the broom closet, get out the brooms, and mop the water. They're not paying attention to what is causing the flooding, that the tap is still running, and the drain is clogged. This is the state of affairs of medical profession in the world today. You know, the flooding is happening because your drain is clogged and faucet is running. In our body, the same thing. Our body needs nutrients and body needs to get rid of the waste, which is the drain. And we don't pay attention to that. When our blood pressure goes up, or blood sugar goes up, or blood cholesterol goes up, we go see a doctor and he says, oh, don't worry, I will lower it for you. Mop the water. That is what is going on. We need to understand what is causing it and stop that. It's as simple as that. Diet and lifestyle diseases are caused by diet and lifestyle. So just change your diet and lifestyle, the disease goes away. That is what it is all about. And that is what I'm going to discuss today. So let's see. Few items, this is what kind of we're going to talk about. Why not turn off the faucet? Okay. About 100 years ago, we developed penicillin and it became a cure-all. Because at that time, our diseases were infectious diseases: cholera, typhoid, polio, smallpox, measles. And penicillin worked very well. In fact, worked so well that as a society, our parents' generation and our generation, or my generation, I'm 73, we have come to believe that when ill, just take a pill. I mean, what's wrong? Yeah, just go to the doctor and ask for a pill. And the doctors are quick to oblige. But the thing is, what are you doing? You are killing the messenger. If your blood pressure is high, it is a messenger giving you a message. There's something you're not doing right. Rather than listening to the message, we simply lower the blood pressure. We lower the blood sugar. And that is what is happening, and it needs to be corrected, and it's very easy to correct it. The reason there are 103,000 people who have joined me without me having a single advertisement for it is word of mouth, because people are curing. Of your chronic diseases, your diabetes, your cholesterol, your hypertension, your thyroid, your arthritis, your asthma, these things get cured in 2 to 3 months. Please listen to me, understand. It is happening every day. Okay. So there's a saying here, it's similar to what Shakespeare's saying is, the wise knows nothing and fool knows it all. What it means is that as we develop, as the science develops, there are two types of responses. Some people say, aha, when a new Nobel Prize is awarded, finally I know everything. Till yesterday there was a missing link, I know it now also. Some people feel differently, they feel humbled. They say, this is another proof that I was wrong yesterday. I've been proven wrong so many times, that they feel humbled. They look at what is out there to be known, and then they say, what I know today is minuscule compared to what is out there to be known. So it's almost as if know nothing. But the one who knows very little, he thinks he knows it all. He's comparing his knowledge to knowledge of 100 years ago. I mean, a child of 3-year-old comes and tells his mom, I have learned everything. I have learned up to Z today. And you told me that you have to learn up to Z. And I finished everything. Now I know everything. Mom says, no. You have to learn CAT cat, DOG dog. Okay, you haven't learned everything. The same thing is true of nutrition and diet. Okay. And We are playing with a partial deck of cards, as simple as that. We don't know. There's so many unknowns. I call them not yet known. N-Y known, 9 knowns. 9 knowns affect our life a lot more than knowns. And it got proven when we did a project called, okay, I'll come to that, but let me first finish since I have the slide. There's a lot of people give you advice, everything in moderation. You heard that advice? People say, doctors say, just consume everything in moderation, you'll be fine. No, when you consume everything in moderation, you get disease in moderation. It's as simple as that. And as a society, we have come to believe, if you're old, you must get old age diseases. I mean, it's natural, isn't it? I attended my 50-year reunion, and Saurabh has his also 2 weeks ago. And everybody is all talking about is, I take this pill every morning, I just take a tiny pill. Oh yeah, my knees, I've been debating, should get exchange replacement or not. This is the conversation on 50-year reunion because everybody is 72, 73 years old. Everybody just expects that. Now this was proven wrong 23 years ago. It was proven wrong when National Geographic hired a team to do research all over the world and find countries where people live the longest. That project is known as the Blue Zone Project. Some of you must have heard about that. Okay. Now, we'll discuss a little bit about Blue Zone Project. Here it is. These are the countries. They found that in Sardinia, Italy, Okinawa, Japan, Ikaria, Greece, Nicoya, Costa Rica, and Loma Linda, California, north of Los Angeles. People in these communities live to be 90, 9,500 without suffering from any old age disease. No hypertension, no cholesterol problem, no blood sugar problem, no asthma or arthritis. They live their normal life. They go to their garden, grow the vegetables, fruits, pick them up, make breakfast, go to church, go do some shopping, go visit their great-grandkids, come home. And then one day they die, but till the day die, they were normal. They didn't have any medications. And there are no gyms there. There's no Vikram yoga. Okay. There are no spices or herbal food or anything like that. They live their normal life. That's all they live. Human beings are supposed to live their life of 100 to 125 years disease-free. That is normal. Disease is not normal. And when I realized that, then my batchmates came and said, Lalit, why don't you create a group? I created a group for my batchmates at IIT Kanpur, 1966 to 71. Then their wives came. How come, Lalit, we don't get to participate in it? I created a group for wives. Then IIT Delhi came. I gave my first talk at IIT Delhi 4 years ago. Then IIT Bombay, then Penn IIT, so it grew like that. So I've gone through 325 WhatsApp, Facebook, Telegram groups. And every month 7,000 people join. And they get off medications. They get off medications within 2 months. It's a 2-month course I give, free of charge. And we'll post link here for you to join if you want. By the time you finish the course, you're off diseases, all diseases. Thank you, thank you. I mean, at least all chronic diseases. We're only talking chronic diseases. No diseases you're born with or no, I mean, if you have an acute situation, you've got to go. If you have a heart attack, you've got to go to ER and let them take care of it. That is not the time for you to come and say, hey, have a glass of green juice. No, our medical science has advanced a lot. I'm talking chronic diseases. That's what I'm talking, okay? None of you should have to suffer from chronic diseases. That is what I'm talking, okay? So, in the blue zones, this is Okinawa, Japan, 67% of their food comes from shakarkandi, sweet potato, only sweet potato. 12% comes from rice. Here, okay. So 80% of calories come from starch. Starch is what we were supposed to eat. Okay, we have a lot of misconceptions. And there are a lot of people behind propagating those misconceptions, the myths. We'll see that in a few minutes. Okay. So these are the lessons learned from blue zones. The slim people with very low body mass index on the lower end of the range. They eat mostly plant-based whole food diet. Animal food is less than 5%. Paleo poop analysis of people who lived 20,000 years ago has shown that their diet was 95% plant-based. Yes, they had some fish. So the seafood or animal food was less than 5%, which is true also of these blue zones. They snack on nuts and fruits, early dinners. Eating early dinner is very important. It was a Nobel Prize of 2017 called Circadian Rhythm. And Dr. Sachidanand Panda at University of California, San Diego has done research and shown that when people start eating their dinner early, and a Harvard study just got done 3 months ago, all they change for 5,000 people, 10,000 total sample size, for 5,000 people he asked them to have their dinner early. Okay, before 6 o'clock, before it gets dark outside. And look at the sky early in the morning. Because in the morning, the blue light hits your retina. Your retina has 5,000 melanopsin cells, which are blue light sensitive. It triggers your hypothalamus. The morning has broken. Please start your daily routine. What is a daily routine? Your cortisol level needs to go up, and your melatonin level needs to go down during the daytime. That makes you get up and go do work. When it becomes dark, the cortisol is supposed to come down, the melatonin is supposed to go back up to slow you down, to make you calm down, relax, sleep. In civilized world, 70% people have sleep problems. They don't know them. Some know them, but others don't know them. Sleep problems affect your brain. The brain diseases, because your brain detoxifies only when you're in deep sleep. So these brain diseases like dementia, Alzheimer's, they're caused by sleep problems. Because your brain has to detoxify, and there are beta amyloids which need to be cleaned during deep sleep cycle. Okay. So this is new science. This science was not there 12 years ago. A 2017 Nobel Prize was given to people who demonstrated that every cell in our body has a clock. Every cell. And that clock gets tuned and aligned to the clock in our hypothalamus. Hypothalamus has pituitary gland. Pituitary gland is the master gland, which controls all other glands. So very interesting research is coming out. We don't hear about it because that research doesn't make anybody any money. 2016 Nobel Prize was given to Dr. Yoshinori, who demonstrated that if you would just fast every 2 weeks for 1 day, your body will become younger, much younger. Nobody heard about it. Because if you fast, if you don't sell more food, if you get cured, the doctors are not making any money, and the pharmaceutical companies are not making any money. So these Nobel Prizes you don't hear about. When I heard it, I said, oh my goodness, this is Ekadashi fast. This is what our culture says. I adopted it the same day. Okay. So our cultural heritage is being copied around the world. Okay, and they're getting Nobel Prizes, and we are not following it. Okay. So let's look at it now. Other thing is, these are other things they learned. I won't go into that in detail. Go to the next slide. Okay. So are humans very similar? You know, the whole medical science is based on the assumption that we all humans are very similar. When you do a study, say 100 people were given this drug, 100 people were given a placebo. So 100 people who were given placebo, only 43 recovered. 100 people who were given the drug, 69 recovered. So 69 is technically significant statistically than 47. So the drug works. That is how they prove. So they assume that all 100 people here and here are similar. This got proven wrong 20 years ago, when the findings of Human Genome Project came. A project was done in 1990 called the Human Genome Project. It was 6 countries involved: US, Japan, China, UK, Germany, and France. Their thought was that once we map human genes, we will be able to tell by looking at your genetic map, oh, at the age of 70, you're going to have a heart attack. At 72, you're going to develop diabetes. We will be able to tell. They were so excited about that project. When the findings came during that project, they were perplexed. They were shocked. They found that there were 100 times as many genes as they expected. So they said, what is going on? So they learned that we are host to 38 trillion foreign cells. Human body has 30 trillion foreign cells. But human body hosts 38 trillion foreign cells. They are bacteria, they are viruses, they are fungi, they live in our colon. And they dictate our life more than our genes. Okay? They dictate whether you're going to get diseased or not. This is the cover of Time magazine 7 years ago. Why your DNA isn't your destiny. Your DNA is not your destiny. This whole science is called epigenetics, epigenome. So those guests who are living in your colon, they dictate your life. The more diverse is your microbiome, it's called microbiome or microbiota, the different names they use. Your microbial garden, they call it. The material they eliminate or they make in their process is vitamins, short chain fatty acids. Tremendous thing, very good for our health. So this science is advancing very rapidly. Most people don't know about it. Here is your body. You're taking food, coming to your stomach, then going to small intestine, which is about 20 feet long. And from a small intestine, they go to the large intestine, which we call colon. Okay? In your colon, this is your colon wall. This is the wall, okay? This is the colon wall. The cell is epithelial cell, it's a junction cell. Very tight, that's why it's rectangular, they are not round. And this wall, single cell wall, is protected by your mucosal layer, mucus. You know, our body has full of mucus. So there is an inner mucus layer, okay, inner mucus layer and outer mucus layer. This is the inner mucus layer. This is the outer mucus layer. These are your guests, bacteria, they are living there. They look like a capsule, that's how they're shown here. Okay, they determine your life. And when they don't get food, they get very upset. They eat where they're living. Why don't they get food? Because if you're eating processed food from which fiber has been taken out, or you're eating food which has no fiber, then they don't get anything. They survive on fiber. When your food has fiber, let's say you are eating peanuts. Peanuts have fiber. When your food has fiber, the food passes through your intestines very quickly. One observation. Second, your intestine cannot absorb all the nutrients which are in peanuts. So when they reach your colon, they have a lot of nutrients and these bacteria love it. Say, oh, finally, food is coming. When you eat peanut oil goes through your intestine slowly and it gets absorbed by your body. So nothing is left. So when you eat maida, your body absorbs it. When you eat porridge, it goes down very quickly to your colon and your guests thrive on it. You following me? So if your guests don't get any food because you are having meat, dahi, doodh, dairy, anda, has nothing, none of them have any fiber, please understand. And then you're having ghee and sugar, they don't have any fiber. nothing goes to feed your guests, 38 trillion guests. Okay, so they start eating the mucus layer. They create a breach. Okay, it's called leaky gut. Leaky gut causes many problems. If through your leaky gut, you ate some sausages in the morning, and those sausages happen to have a little bit of thyroid protein from a cow or a goat or a sheep, and that thyroid protein leaks through your tight junction layer into your blood, the blood says, enemy, attack. I'm not supposed to have this protein, because normally all your food goes to the liver, liver converts it back into amino acids. Because your body needs amino acids, your body doesn't need protein, your body makes your own protein. Okay. So then, body develops antibodies to fight that thyroid protein from the cow or the goat. Those antibodies which are built to fight it, when they are there in your blood also, they're in your blood all over, then they look at your thyroid, say, it just looks like the enemy protein. This kills your own thyroid protein. Okay. So that is how you develop many diseases. If that milk you had, or cheese, had a little bit of cartilage protein from a cow's knee, which is likely to be there, and it leaks through your leaky gut. Now your body says, oh, an attack, enemy attack, let me kill it. It builds antibodies to kill that cartilage protein of the cow. But your cartilage protein is very similar to the cow's cartilage protein. So it says, oh, this is also enemy, and it starts to kill your cartilage. That's why half the people after age 75 are waiting for knee transplant. Why should we all be getting knee transplant? Oh, it's a wear and tear disease. Huh? We sit in the home, watch TV, and we have wear and tear. And that farmer works in the farm 8 hours a day, and he does not have wear and tear. Huh? It cannot be more ridiculous. We are being fooled and duped. And that's what I talk about in my sessions. I'm giving you just glimpses of it. Okay? So many more diseases, this is new science. Many more diseases we are learning. So when we learn this, we have learned that humans are epigenetically very different. Genetically, we are 99.5% common. Everybody in this room is 99.5% common. But nobody in this room is more than 30-40% common when it comes to epigenetic structure. As a result, same cause manifests as different symptoms in different people. If you all are short of vitamin D3, your symptoms will not be same. Her symptom will be different, hers will be different. Somebody may have a migraine headache, somebody may have a loose motion, somebody may have a backache. The cause remaining the same, the symptoms vary because of your epigenetic makeup. And the corollary is also true. The symptom remaining the same, let's say you all have migraine headache. Your causes are different. Her cause is different, his is different, his is different. So this whole science, the whole paradigm is shifting now. That you go tell your doctor your symptoms and he says, I think this is a medicine. Oh, it didn't work, let me try this one. Diagnosing your problems based on your symptoms is flawed, is hit and miss. That's why some people, मेरे को तो फायदा हो गया इस गोली से, हाँ नहीं मेरा तो नहीं हो रहा फायदा. Because you're different. It's the wrong science. It's a hit and miss. Okay. So, separate diet for separate diseases is another myth. People say, oh, so I have diabetes, what should I eat? So there's a presumption that different illnesses require different diet. So to prevent heart attack, you need to eat this, and prevent diabetes, you need to eat this, and prevent cancer, you need to eat this. How will you decide if that was wrong? Should I prevent diabetes and die of cancer, or should I prevent cancer and die of heart attack? It's flawed, it's fundamentally flawed. Can you imagine throwing a party on Saturday night, Christmas day before, and this buffet table, all those who are suffering from heart attack, this is for you. This is all those who are suffering from diabetes, this food is for you. This is for cancer, you'll have to have 8 buffet table. It's a fundamentally wrong premise. Food can only be one. Healthy food is only one. And it's healthy for everybody. And what these doctors sell, I'm only a messenger here, okay? These senior doctors who are now 80, 90 years old, they're not worried about their license anymore. They don't practice anymore. Normally those who are worried practicing, they worry about license, because if there's something wrong which is not approved, their license can be cancelled. Okay. All right. So let's see. This is another myth. Another project happened that nobody heard about. Protein myth. 10 years after Human Genome Project, they did Human Proteome Project. Findings are still coming. Okay. And we have learned many things, but it has not been spread. What we have learned is the human body makes 2 million different proteins. And how much protein do we need? You hear this is a big myth. Oh, Nestle protein bar, 18 grams. Oh, this one 18.5 grams. Oh, this one is 20 grams. Huh? We all are led to believe that protein is very difficult to find. You need to look for food, special food, and you need lots of it. Haven't you been told? That's what the whole marketing campaign is. Any cereal box, so much protein, protein. What if it was fundamentally wrong? It's totally wrong. US government knew in 1947 that protein requirement is only 5 to 6%. Why? Because mother's milk, when a mother gives birth to a child, the child is growing at the fastest rate in his life cycle. Of 100 years life, let us say human life, the first 6 months a child doubles his weight. He's born 8 pounds, by 6 months he's 16 pounds. So you would think that he needs the maximum protein, and the protein in mother's milk is 5 to 6%. So if a child needs 5 to 6%, why should we need any more? And US government established that. But the meat and dairy industry, which is the Western food, see, we look up to America, we used to, okay? And we still do. Oh, if America says, scientists say, this is good, then must be good. In America, it's all meat industry, dairy industry. If everybody found out how little protein we need, these businesses will go top. Nobody will eat them. When you eat shrimp, in shrimp, 89% of the calories come from protein. In crab, 89%. Lobster. In meat, you're getting 50% calories. In fish, 45% calories. So that's too high. The thing is, our body can store fat, unlimited amount. There are people with 1,400 pound weight. One person got stuck in an apartment in Manhattan. They had to break the door to get him out. We can store fat. We can store sugar in our liver, 500 calories, just to last 12 hours. But we cannot store protein. There is no organ in human body which stores protein. So what happens? When you eat more and you need only 5 to 6%, you're eating 10%, 20%. That goes to the liver. Liver takes out the nitrogen. The rest is fat. Fat plus nitrogen becomes protein. Takes out the nitrogen, sends the fat to be deposited under your skin. And then the nitrogen combines with hydrogen to make ammonia, NH3. Ammonia is very toxic. It combines with water to make uric acid. Uric acid is very toxic. Uric acid is so toxic that your body says, where is the dur le jao? What is the point farthest from your body, from your heart? Your big toe. Uric acid causes pain in your big toe, what is called gout. So protein is so harmful, I'm just trying to tell you. So you are taxing your liver to convert that extra protein into fat, you might as well eat fat. And then make ammonia, and then make uric acid, and then uric acid has to go to your kidney and filter it, and you pee it out as urine. So every day you are taxing your liver and kidney extra. You only need 5-6%, why are you taxing it? Makes no sense. And that's why dialysis is the fastest growth industry. My stockbroker calls me every week. Lalit, I'm telling you, you've got to invest in dialysis stock. Dialysis stock is the fastest growing industry. is fastest growing industry because after Second World War, when the wars were over, food rationing was gone, the government of the Western countries said, give people lots of food. They have suffered during 5-6 years of Second World War and First World War. So people started eating more and more. And we developed these diseases called diseases of affluence. These diseases cannot be cured by medication. When you go see a doctor, he says, oh, this is an incurable disease. It's an incurable. Then he says, it is a progressive disease. It's going to keep getting worse. I'm going to give you some metformin today, 500 ml, dose. But within a year or two, it will have to go up to 1,000 dose. And then another few years, I may have to give you a second medication. So on day one, they wash their hands off. It's an incurable disease and progressive disease. Isn't that what they tell you? Anybody here suffering from diabetes? Please raise hand. Anybody? Yes, there are a few people. That's what your doctor tells you. When you have hypertension, doctor tells you the same thing. Okay, it's not a curable disease. These are the diseases the pharmaceutical industry love, because when you diagnose your blood pressure at the age of 48, you have another 40 years to take that medication. Okay. All right, so this is some of the things we learned, that only plants make amino acids. I will not go into too much detail, but a research was done by Indian National Institute of Nutrition in Hyderabad. Okay, this is by Dr. Gopalan. He found out that of the two groups of mice, both of which were injected with a carcinogen called aflatoxin, the group that was fed 20% milk protein and another group fed 5%. The group that was fed 20% milk protein, they developed liver cancer. They died. The group that got 5% milk protein did not die, did not develop cancer. It was a shocking study. The study was printed in a journal, 1968, and at that time, the #1 nutritionist in America was Dr. Colin Campbell. His PhD thesis was that how important is animal protein for human growth and development. He was working in Philippines, trying to help Philippine government get rid of childhood malnutrition by finding sources of protein. When he saw the study, he said somebody has made a blunder. He was so confident कि उन्होंने data उलट दिया है. 20% का इधर कर दिया, 5% का इधर कर दिया. That is why the study. He called the editor. He said, आप लोगों ने mistake कर दी है. क्या कर रहे हो आप लोग? इतनी important study और आपने mistake कर दी. Editor घबरा गया बेचारा. 1968 की बात है. This is Dr. Colin Campbell's his own words. So the editor asked Dr. Gopalan कि ये ऐसा ऐसे अमेरिका से कॉल आई है और गलती आप लोग ने कर दी है, शायद फिर से चेक कीजिए. डॉक्टर गोपालन हंसने लगे. He said कि हमें को भी ये लगा था. We expected 20% group to survive, not the 5% group. But the fact is fact. We have checked it 10 times. So Colin Campbell went back to Cornell lab. Cornell is the #1 university on nutrition in America, or maybe in the world. He replicated the study and he found it to be correct. Then he did more study. He said, okay, 5% survived, 20% died. How about 6% survived? 7% survived. When he went from 7 to 8%, the cancer started. So the cutoff point is 8%. Your protein consumption, if it is more than 8% and there is any animal protein in it, it promotes cancer. When you have no food, animal protein is fine. If you're lost in the wilderness, you find wild buffalo, you milk him and have it. Or you find some egg, chicken's egg or some other animal's egg, eat it to survive. Survival is most important. But when you're home, when you have plenty of food in your pantry, in your refrigerator, at that time, animal protein is not good for you. It causes promotion of cancer. Please understand. This is Dr. Gopalan got Padma Bhushan for that. Okay? So they gave him Padma Bhushan. Our consumption of dairy was how much? In 1970, 107 grams per day. Today it is 427 grams. Okay. A growth of 4 times. So your labs, your premier labs in the country are saying milk promotes cancer, but you're not paying attention. वो लैब बना दो लैब, हाँ उनको प्रथम भोजन दे दो, खत्म हुई, छुट्टी हुई, नो हमें तो ग्रोथ बढ़ाना है. We're going in the wrong direction. There's a total disconnect between research labs and the policy at the center level. That is where we Indians have gone wrong, because once we have sufficient food, the dairy is harmful to you. This is even an institute like Harvard. Look, listen to what they are saying. Okay, Harvard, help. Sorry. Okay, the RDA is the amount of nutrient you need to meet your basic nutritional requirements. Lie through their teeth. Not RDA. That is minimum daily requirement. MDR. RDA is recommended daily. MDR for protein was 5 to 6%. But their bias was so heavy due to myth कि कहीं गलती ना हो जाए, घबरा गए. They said कि चलो recommend कर देते हैं 8 to 10%. Minimum based on their research was 5 to 6, but they recommended 8 to 10. So it is not minimum, it's total lie. Okay. It is, in a sense, it is the minimum amount you need to keep from getting sick. Wrong. That was MDR, that the government said itself in 1947 is 5 to 6%, which is same as mother's milk. That is what you need. And what are we eating? Oh, some people say 25%, 30%. यहाँ तक मैंने देखा है जैसे ऐसा करो 1/3 कर दो. 1/3 protein, 1/3 fat, 1/3 carbohydrate. What nonsense. That's why everybody because 1950s affluence came. So all those people born at that time are now 70, 75. They are all going through dialysis. As simple as that. Okay, so we'll see. This is a protein summit. They do protein summit. This summit research, which is done by protein industry itself. Dairy industry, देखिए लिखा हुआ है. The beef checkoff. The beef checkoff. Here. The Dairy Research Institute, Egg Nutrition Center, Global Dairy Platform, Hillshire Brands, which sell sausages, National Pork Board. They arrange these conferences. They invite the doctors and wine and dine them with pretty women. Have them play golf, and they submit their own research. So all doctors are brainwashed. In India, I get shocked. I see people. My own batchmate is suffering from cancer. And the doctor is saying कि थोड़ा सा आप दूध और अंडा और चिकन सूप, हाँ, he was a vegetarian. नहीं, आपकी प्रॉब्लम यही है, आप vegetarian हो, दूध और अंडा और चिकन सूप शुरू कर दीजिए. All nonsense. That kills us. Animal protein is what causes cancer. So there's a lot of misinformation, my point is. All right. So I'm at the last point, which is better safe than sorry. There's a myth. People say कि better to be safe than sorry. So एक थोड़ी सी pill ले लो blood pressure की. Better safe than sorry. So taking a pill is safe. Having blood pressure go up a little bit is sorry. That is the assumption. Na? कि sugar की pill ले लो diabetes की. But look what the science is saying. There's a whole concept called J curve. It is a new concept, only last 12 years. These are senior doctors are saying that we have gone in the wrong direction. We are over-medicating our people. We should be at this point, at the lowest point, bottom. So if you're bringing your medication is bringing you lower to this point, it is good. But if you're taking more medication, it is bad. This is high death rate, this is low death rate. High blood pressure, high blood sugar, high blood cholesterol, low blood cholesterol. So which is the optimal point? Okay. Optimal point is here in the bottom of this. So this bottom for diabetic patients is A1C of 8.0. Okay? That is where it is. This is the revised guideline. Your doctors doesn't tell you about that. For blood pressure, it is 150/90 for people over age 60, okay? Under age 60, 140/90. That is where you want to keep it. You don't want to take any more medication. I meet people all the time. I came just for this talk, I'm conducting a retreat in Lucknow. And a lady who has been taking medication has an A1C of 5.1. It's criminal. Look at the raw data here. This is the raw data. This is your A1C. Your best A1C is at 7.6 and 8.2. That's the bottom. See the J curve? This thing is flattening everything, so it's distorting. But similarly on insulin, this is a J curve. You want to keep it at 7.9 or 8 with medication, not any less. There was a new guideline issued in March 6, 2018. People don't know about it. And tell anybody you have a friend who is on diabetic, this is the latest guideline. American College of Physicians is the largest body of doctors which gets involved with specifications. AMA, which is the largest body, does not get involved with this. Okay? So, you should maintain it between 7 and 8. That's what they're saying, 7 and 8. Now, if it's 7 and 8 is same, why not maintain it at 8? Why at 7? You saw the points, 8.2 and 7.6 was the lowest. Now, let's look at it. These are the guidelines. So, American College of Physicians, the guideline is 8.0. So, American Association of Clinical Endocrinologists got so scared when that came that they reissued their guideline at 6.5 to protect their doctors, so the doctor can say, you know, I don't follow ACP, we are governed by AACE. And they say under 6.5, so you remain my patient. Yours are 7.1, it is too high, let's keep lowering it. Nobody wants to lose patients. It's the business, you're losing business. If this guideline was followed, the half of their income would be gone overnight, because half of their patients have an A1C between 6.5 and 8.0. They will become non-patients. When I became a non-patient, my doctor was very unhappy with me. That's why she would not let me get off that last one medication, metformin. All other medications I was off. So I had to study, and then point it out to her. She's still unhappy. But I have not seen her now for 7 years. Okay, so I will talk, this is about blood pressure. This is the last item. In 2014, we learned that people over age 60 should follow a blood pressure of 150/90, not less than that. I mean, if you're on medication, if you're not on medication, it doesn't matter. Whatever it is, the lower the better. But if you're on medication, don't take extra medication to lower it below 150/90. As simple as that. And a lot of people are making that mistake. These extra medicines cause you harm. They increase your risk of death. So what I talk about in my groups is 5 pillars of health: food, detoxification, circadian rhythm, physical activity, and emotional and spiritual health. These are the 5 things important for health. And we recommend you consume whole food, not processed food. Don't eat cornflakes, don't eat corn oil, don't eat high fructose corn syrup, which is added to all sweetened beverages. Yes, you can have bhutta, you can have corn soup, cornmeal, corn flour. Popcorn is also okay. Okay. This is a typical meal plan of an Indian, a responsible Indian. When you analyze this meal plan, you find that they are consuming 1/3 to 2/3 of their calories from 3 things: sugar, oil, ghee, or dairy. None of them have any fiber. More than half of your food does not have your fiber. So all your gas, those 38 trillion gas in your colon, are unhappy campers. It causes many problems. That's what we discuss in these groups. You change that to this, and this changes your life. As simple, this is my kitchen sink. Green juicing. This is what I eat 3 times a day in the form of a glass of green juice. That's what I recommend to people, that you need to be doing that. Your life will change. You'll feel younger. All the excess weight will go away without trying. These are my 10 guidelines. You can take a picture of it. Two slides, and that will end the discussion. Okay. No animal food, no refined or highly processed food, no oil, no sugar. Eat a variety of food from all 5 food groups. Herbs and spices are important. Eat minimum 1% your body weight in fruits and 1% in green and vegetables. Only 3 ingredients you need to follow: omega-3, vitamin B12 and D3. B12 you need to take supplement. For D3 you need to go in sunshine every day. And omega-3 you eat flaxseed, chia seed. Gandhiji used to suggest everybody should eat alsi ka beej. Keep your body hydrated, have water. Okay. Here's the other remaining 6. These are the 12 guidelines. That's what all my 100,000 members follow. And they get off medications. You see results within a week. Okay, so I think with that we will end this conversation, and I will not go into other details, but you can make a copy of that, and that will let you join my group.
So 16 by 8.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me?
Yes.
So 16 colon 8 means,
So we'll take that question, complete that.
so it was written 16 colon 8 intermittent
Go to
fasting.
the slide.
So means 16 hours you should not eat, or it means 16 hours you should not.
Yes, I didn't cover that because I'm running short on time. These are different types of fasting that you need to do. One is intermittent fasting, second is Ekadashi fasting,
So
and
basically
third is Navratri
16
fasting.
hours you should not eat and 8 hours you should eat.
Yeah, eat your food in 8 hours, 16 hours you don't eat. That's called intermittent fasting.
One very interesting thing which I found is there was a Nobel Prize for this Ekadashi fast. There was also one for Navratra fast, except they got it for 10 days, not 9. So Lalit, let me ask you one last thing. If somebody on everything, what are the top 3 things, 4 things?
So things which are most important are, number 1, green juice, because you are missing out on that. Okay, you can eat vegetables, you don't have to juice them. So that's why I call them, it's the second best option. It just makes it easy. You juice it, juice lasts for 3-4 days in your refrigerator. You have a glass of juice before every meal, 10-15 minutes before. Biggest change in your life. Second biggest change in your life is start having dinner before 7 o'clock, before it gets out. Before 7 in summer, before 6 in winter. And third, get rid of dairy, buy alternate milk, almond milk, oat milk, soya milk, they all are fine, but no dairy. Biggest changes in your life, these 3 things will make.
Good. Just to tell you that Lalit is actually teaching one term. He's teaching a course at TiEcon exactly on this subject. And there is a special group that we'll create for people who are attending TiEcon. So I think it'll be with Geetika, and so it'll get circulated to all of you.
All right, thank you so much.
I think I took a photo of everyone taking the photos, which I think was a representation of how much value I think everyone in the audience saw from that session, sir. So thank you very much. We have a small token of appreciation for you. Thank you, and if we can have a large round of applause, I think in addition to entrepreneurship, we need to take care of ourselves better.